Dua Lipa New Rules. Some more with Sachin Kalbag, Executive Editor of the Hindustan Times.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
In my attempt in vain to do some weight, I've been going to swim in my neighborhood swimming pool, and I've been finding it empty. And all of a sudden, over the last couple of days, the population in the pool has just gone up dramatically. It has obviously everything to do with the weather because we're seeing summer-like temperatures.
Exactly.
And we're hoping it's a temporary phenomenon before a full outbreak happens.
So, I mean, instead of going to the swimming pool, Rishi, if you walk in the sun for about an hour, which is like a sauna now, you might lose more weight.
True that.
So, it's been a bad week for Mumbai and the entire peninsular coast, the western peninsular coast of India. So, the variation in temperature has been close to 7.5 degrees above normal. So, Mumbai, for instance, recorded 38.7 degrees 2 days back. It was the highest February temperature in close to 10 years. Second highest actually in 10 years. So there are concerns here where the number of where the temperature is growing, is becoming so high that in certain parts of Kerala the government has intervened and said that we will provide water supply, we will give you reservoirs of water, because especially for the farmers, because the water sources for those farmers is already depleting, and this is not even summer, as in the official onset of summer. So by the time monsoon happens in June or July, the farmers may not have any water sources left for farming. So there is already talk in Kerala of declaring some parts of the farming areas as drought prone because of the soaring temperatures. So there are multiple reasons for this, but just to give you a background, Mumbai recorded a maximum temperature of 38.7 degrees, Kannur in Kerala 37.2 degrees, Bhuj in Gujarat 36.8 degrees, Ratnagiri in Maharashtra 37 degrees, Mangalore 36.7 degrees. These are all 5 or 6 degrees or 7 degrees above normal. So cause for concern. When we spoke to the experts, what they said was, and I'm just quoting them, the sea breeze usually modulates temperature in the western coast, but the wind direction has been from the opposite direction of sea breeze for the past few days, leading to temperatures shooting up. This is when we spoke to K. Shakti Devi, head of the National Weather Forecasting Center. So, yes, it is a weather phenomenon. But I mean, I don't know yet whether we can attribute it to any kind of climate change hypothesis, but there are concerns both for the government as well as for the farmers.
They're also saying that it could be an anti-cyclone in the Arabian Sea, which is another weather-related thing. Okay, I'm going to quickly come back to a corollary of the coronavirus story. Apple is really having a very, very poor quarter as far as sales is concerned, simply because manufacturing facilities in China have been hit, and really there are going to be fewer iPhones up for sale, and the supply is going to dry up unless factories are up and running. And obviously Mr. Cook and company will not be very happy with this.
Right. So China is the biggest manufacturing hub for the Apple company. The other big manufacturing hub would have been India. But there are several hurdles that the company
and Samsung's done so well by taking it to Vietnam.
Exactly. So I think this is an opportunity for India also to get big companies like Apple and Samsung to India to manufacture their products here, to provide them the atmosphere, to provide them with the regulatory framework to build. But anyway, the whole Apple fiasco, not fiasco, but the crisis of manufacturing comes just in the quarter after they recorded their highest ever profits. So last quarter, Apple recorded a quarterly profit of $22 billion, which is the highest ever for their company in their history. So and on a sales of close to $70 to $80 billion. So clearly Apple wanted their iPhone to be successful, and it was successful. But this quarter we don't know yet because of the impact of the coronavirus. So imports and exports are a concern. Shipments inside and outside of into China and out of China are a concern. So Apple may face a crisis of sales.
Okay, Bombay Latina is your Twitter handle. Thank you very much. She's actually sent another article talking about how nearly 3 gigawatt of solar projects worth 16,000 crore rupees could be at risk of penalties for missing their respective scheduled commercial operation date because of the impact of the coronavirus on trade. If this is prolonged. So thank you very much for sending that story in, and that means you're listening very, very carefully, and we love that. We're going to do some messages and come back for a last leg of conversation with Sachin Kalbag, Executive Editor of the Hindustan Times. Don't go anywhere.